Good evening and welcome to this very special announcement of the finalists for the 2025 National Playwright Competition managed by the National Arts Festival and partnering with HEINEKEN beverages. Tonight, we are thrilled to celebrate the emerging voices of theatre, the stories that moved us, and the creative minds behind them. We are so excited to have you, the finalists, their families, our partners, and the wider community here with us. Stay tuned as we unveil the talented individuals who have made it to this year's top spots. The National Playwright Competition was conceived to bring new voices into theatre through the platform and network offered by the National Arts Festival. We are honored to have HEINEKEN Beverages as a key partner to this competition. Their support helps us to provide a stage for playwrights to share their stories. For those who may not know, HEINEKEN Beverages is a world-renowned company with a long history in beverage industry, operating in over 190 countries. Known for their iconic brands and commitment to excellence, HEINEKEN Beverages also deeply invested in supporting creative and cultural initiatives that bring communities together. Through this partnership, they are helping us nurture emerging talent in theatre and spotlight the generation of storytellers. Stories have the power to move us, challenge us, and change us. When it comes to telling stories, this is an important competition. Here to tell us why is Director of the National Arts Festival, Rukera Civil.
The National Playwright Competition is a significant competition because the purpose of it is to bring new South African stories into our theatres. The competition is open to submissions of writers in their mother tongue. So people can write in any language, any of the South African languages. They can also mix languages and be creative and playful with that. You know, without original scripts, we can't truly create South African conversations, and it's really important to bring new voices into conversation in theatres and in new scripts. Well, now that the finalists have been selected, they move into a mentorship program, which is a really special part of the National Playwright Competition. What happens is that these finalists, they are put into conversation with experienced playwrights who have had their plays published, who have taken their plays into theatre productions, and they exchange over a few months to build a full script. The scripts then, each of those scripts go into a final competition, and then we eventually select the overall winner, who is then this year's National Playwright Competition winner. Once the winning script is selected, we then move into the final parts of this competition, which is that script gets taken to stage. So we move into producing a new play of a new script, and we premiere it at the National Arts Festival 2025 edition. So I wish all the finalists good luck. It's an exciting process ahead of writing, and a big thank you to HEINEKEN Beverages for all their continued support of the National Playwright Competition.
A brilliant playwright director and 2017 Standard Bank Young Artist for Theatre, HEINEKEN. Vice Mutsabi is the convener of the panel for the adjudication of the National Playwright Competition. Let's hear from him about how the process of selecting the finalists went.
My name is HEINEKEN Vice Mutsabi. I am the convener of the adjudication team for the 2024 HEINEKEN National Playwriting Competition. We gave each judge a different set of plays so that they could first decide then which of these plays went worthy of a look by all the other judges. So there was a trimming phase first with more or less 30 plays per judge, and then that shrunk down. The second part of this was all the judges reading the shortlisted plays, and then we would meet for a discussion of the top 3 plays or plays that were rated high by each of the judges. So each playwright gets a mentor to work with them. The selection of the mentor is based on what the play is, what sort of form it engages, and what languages it's in. And it's an important thing, the mentorship, because it's support for the writer, to have somebody to bounce ideas with, to have somebody who can say, okay, your intention is clear here, your intention is not clear there. So it's a support structure that also works as, if there are parts of the playwriting process that the playwright doesn't necessarily understand, or if there are aspects to it that are missing, then the mentor is there to enhance that, to teach some things if there's a need for that. But generally, they are a sounding board. They support the writer in their process, so that it can feel safe, and that they can also feel like they have some direction. They know that this lands where they intend it to land. Truly, it's not so much about what I look for. The adjudicators are looking for a play that is relevant, that engages a subject meaningfully and in new and interesting ways, a writer who is competent in the way that they experiment with form. Those are the kinds of things that are there. And of course, it's a playwriting competition, so it is about somebody who really understands the form, who really grasps what playwriting is about and where it can go potentially. Congratulations to the finalists. It really has been a long road. It's a major achievement, so celebrate that, celebrate yourself. I hope the mentorship process brings out the best out of you, so that your play potentially wins this. Thank you to HEINEKEN Beverages and the National Arts Festival for this experience. It really means a lot to playwrights out there. So let's keep it going.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The finalists in the 2025 National Playwright Competition are Toza Mapusakwe with their work Sasikesa Baba, Luanda Sindapi with their play I Will Teach You How to Share the Milk, Naledi Malotana for her play The Glass Ceiling, and Campbell Miss with The Mechanics of Play. Each one of these writers has demonstrated remarkable talent, creativity, and passion for storytelling. Let's take a moment to meet the extraordinary finalists of the National Playwright Competition and hear a short message from them.
Sanbonani, Kamala Munaledi Malotana, and I am a finalist for the National Playwrights Competition. The name of my play is The Glass Ceiling, which is a metaphoric concept that describes the invisible barrier that stops women from pursuing career advancement opportunities. And the reason, or the inspiration behind me sharing the story, is because growing up, I was raised by women, strong women who were better providers than men, if I can say so. One of those women being my mother, who is a soldier, and that's basically the setting behind my plays. And it basically deals with this glass ceiling, the exposure of it, and how it actually affects women. For as long as I can remember, she comes home and complains about how toxic the environment she works in is, the inequality, everything. And I believe that I wrote this in honor of them. What it means to me to be a finalist, I think, is that I can trust myself on a personal level. It's okay to try. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. On a creative level, it means personal growth. It means that I am capable of things that I thought I wasn't capable of. You know, I'm taking it as the first step towards something much more.
Hi everyone, I'm Campbell Mears, and I am so thankful and grateful for this opportunity, and I really look forward to this mentorship and what's going to come out of it. So the answer to my first question, I would definitely want to see Matabo Tlali and Christine Faniers take on the roles of these characters in my piece. They were a big part of the characters and how I wrote them and how I saw them, their own kind of input into the ideas and the words, and the themes in the play also really contributed to my own writing. So I feel like this play is written for them and with them in mind, and I would love to see what they would do with the characters once on stage. So I am speaking this into existence. Matabo and Christine, I'm going to see you on stage really soon playing these characters. And then the answer to my second question, which is your big question, what would I want the audiences to walk away with at the end of the play? And I think as a country, we've kind of got this really great idea of a rainbow nation and this idea that we are all one people, and as part of the African, diaspora and African community that we contribute a lot to it. And I think sometimes that's not very true. I think in the day-to-day living in this country, it can be really hard for people who are not from South Africa, foreigners, other identities, to feel whole and feel safe in a country that I love and that we all love and are very proud of. And I think we've worked so hard to come to a place where our country can have honest conversations. And so what I want audiences to walk away with is just the questioning of, are we having these honest conversations with each other, with our communities? Are we holding each other accountable, even in the small things? I really want us to really think about how we can hold each other accountable in a safe way, in a way that's forward thinking. And in the words of my mentor, my writing mentor, Rafielwe, I want us to also start to imagine new worlds for ourselves and make sure that that is part of our artistic practice. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Tozama Pusako and I'm one of the finalists for the National Playwriting Competition. I'm going to answer a few questions, and question number one, I've been asked how do I feel about being a finalist and what does it mean for my career. I think this means a lot for my career. I'm going to be catapulted into the next level of being a writer. I'm going to have credibility now, and I'm going to be in spaces where other writers occupy. So it means a lot, and I hope that everyone or people are just going to like or want to collaborate with me when they see that I'm a finalist and that my writing is credible. And number two, I've been asked that what secret reaction am I looking for? I'm hoping that people like it first of all, but more than anything, I hope that people resonate on a human level with the work that I've written, because it does touch some subjects that I believe that everyone can resonate with. So some tears and some laughter, maybe mixed emotions. That would be great. Love it.
My name is Manda Sindapi. I'm a theatre director, poet, and a playwright. So basically, I wrote, I will teach you how to share the milk because of an old wound. So when I was young, my mother was a domestic worker, so I decided to write a play responding to that. And basically the play questions, the notion of how I would feel if I were to see, the kids that were raised by my mother. What would happen if we were to be in the same room. So I decided to write that play responding to that wound. And so because even now, like currently, there's a struggle between the two of us of the struggle of connection. So basically questioning that connection. So I wrote to this play because I wanted to make myself visible to the country as a playwright, because there's a scarcity of playwrights in South Africa and also their visibility in the mainstream. So I wrote this play because I wanted to make myself visible, and I think it would be a great opportunity if that were to happen. Thank you so much.
A huge congratulations to all our finalists. This is not the end of the road for any of our finalists tonight as they start work with their mentors to finalize their plays. No matter who wins, each of the finalists will walk away with a complete play and the invaluable support of a mentor to guide them through the journey. Of course, One overall winner will be chosen and their play will be produced at the 2025 National Arts Festival. Wow. Each of you has a unique story to tell, and your passion for theatre shines brightly through your work. We are excited to see where your creative journeys will take you next. To everyone watching, thank you for joining us in celebrating these brilliant playwrights. Be sure to stay tuned for exclusive interviews with our finalists in the coming days, where they'll be sharing more about their journey and what fuels their passion for storytelling. And before we go, a big thank you to the National Arts Festival and Heineken Beverages for making all of this possible. Good night.